I think we've all seen it. Someone trading 10 or 20 prop accounts, pulling five figures in a day, and you start running the trader math. If I can just pass a few, I'll never have to trade small again. You know the dream. Prop firms are genius because they sell that dream. They make it possible for small traders to play big, but they also make it way too easy to lose focus, blow accounts, and reset over and over and over again. So, today I want to talk about the prop firm danger zones, those moments when discipline tends to collapse, and what we can do to protect ourselves before it happens. I trade with a prop firm. I think prop firms are great. If they didn't exist, then I would have probably had to quit trading when my husband took the personal account away from me 3 years ago. So I'm in no way bashing prop firms. I'm just trying to work out how we can get our minds around some of these traps that they lay out for us. I can't blame today's bad trading on prop firms. I'll show you that in a minute. That feeling when you're just a few $100s away from the target, it's a trap. You stop thinking like a trader and start thinking like a contestant. You tighten stops, you skip clean setups, and chase anything that might get you across that finish line. I've done this so many times. I've been within like 30 or $40 of passing an eval account and blown it in that same day. Um, yeah, like it's just, I think it's the problem is when you're just seeing this small number and you're like, oh, that's only a few points. I only need to make $40 or $100 or whatever it is when you're close to passing, that you just start forcing trades. And the P&L obsession just takes over. I think how we can get past this is to try and treat every eval like a real account from the start. Don't move your targets, don't trade the P&L, and never think about just getting there to that goal. If you wouldn't take the trade in your funded account, don't take it in your eval account. This being said, I know that some people do have certain strategies specifically for trading and passing eval accounts quickly. So I don't want to discount that because it definitely works for some people. And honestly, I didn't trade my eval the same way that I traded my funded account. I got close to the rebuild date and I went for it. So I don't know. Just be very careful when you're getting close to passing. I think that's when you really need to step back and maybe even size down, right? Like I think our inclination when we're about to pass is to size up so that we only need a couple of points. Maybe we should size down and just wait for a quality setup instead of trying to force something and rush it. This one's sneaky because you think you've made it. The pressure's gone, right? You passed. Except now it's just a new kind of pressure. You're scared to lose your first trade. You size down too much, or I don't think that's really ever the problem. I think it's more the opposite of you size up too soon, and one loss suddenly makes the whole account feel really fragile. I've started funded accounts strong only to spiral after my first loss. I've started them on losing streaks just to basically lose the whole way through and blow them up. Um, I think it's just that shift from achievement mode of I passed it to performance mode. And a lot of traders never adjust because it's hard to make that adjustment. I think what helps and what's helped me this time is to set patience based goals for myself. That was a big one. I didn't go into this funded account thinking I want to get a payout by this date, which is what my targets would have been in the past. I went in with the goal of I want to keep this funded account for at least 1 month. So then that forced me when I hit a little losing streak to really size down and really respect like the one trade a day and not losing more than $100 a day. I think another thing that can really help is to, like going into day one, write down in your journal, like your stop size, your target, and your discipline rules, your top discipline rules that you've laid out ahead of time that are going to keep you in the funded account. Same setups, same process, just a new label. Try and remind yourself that nothing's really changed. This one has probably been the most emotional one for me. When you're within a few trades of a payout, the fear kicks in. The fear of losing it, the fear of not getting paid, the fear of messing up what you've built, because who knows how long it actually takes to get to this point of being close to the payout. Um, for me, this is when I start protecting profits by avoiding trades or cutting them too early, or the opposite, getting too aggressive and trying to hit that target faster just so that I can get the payout, so that I can get it over with and then return to normal trading. It's the same pattern every time. The more you look at that account balance, the more your discipline starts to break down. Now I make it a rule once I'm in payout range, I don't look at the account number until the payout's done. If I follow my rules and the trade wins, great. If it loses, I still win because I stayed disciplined. At least that's how I'm working on looking at it. I really try not to look at, the P&L as dictating the winning and losing days, but instead, my discipline and did I take a good setup and how well did I actually trade? This should be a good time, right? You've made it. You've passed your eval. You passed your buffer. You met the criteria to get a payout and you got some money back from the prop firm. But this is like a hangover phase, the post payout crash. You finally get paid. You feel amazing. Maybe you take a day or two off of trading and then you come back expecting the next one. Um, but I guess your subconscious just thinks, I've won. So you loosen up, you get careless, you start over trading or bumping up size, and it unravels fast. Every one of my biggest losses, my worst trading times have been after payouts, with the exception of recently. And I think the difference now is I've taken smaller payouts. Like I'm not even, I haven't actually sent the money to my bank account. I just send it to my wallet thing in Take Profit Trader, and it can just accumulate there. And when I need it, then I'll take it out. Um, but I I think that we kind of forget after the payout that consistency is the goal, not the dopamine hit of getting paid. Now when I get a payout, like I'm just trying not to think about it. Like I'm just trying to make it like just part of the process where, okay, I'm over the buffer, so I'm going to send the money over. And then that's it. I don't go into the next day thinking like, oh, I just took a payout or my account's down this much. So this is where I'm at right now, and it's might be the hardest one for me. Like you've proven you can manage one account. Now you want to double up, maybe even run multiple prop firms and copy trade. And this is where traders blow it. You start managing numbers and not trades. You're watching account balances instead of setups. Scaling is supposed to multiply your profits, but it also multiplies your mistakes. If you're not rock solid with one account, you're not ready for five. Uh, my plan is different this time. I've stayed in this one account. So the plan was to stay in the same account, to pass it, to get funded, to reach that buffer, take some payouts, and then look to add more without being rushed about it. I'm finding it hard to add on another account. I don't want to mess with my head. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. Emotionally, I haven't had any like terrible days in a while. So, yeah, it's scary adding on another one. I'm going to try to add an eval account and start copy trading it by the end of this week, though. All right, let's check out these trades that I took today. So this first one here, what I was looking at, I was frustrated with this one because I had this zone marked out like between 320 and 350 for the entire session from the open. Because I'm looking at the higher time frames and I'm trying to incorporate more support and resistance into my trading. And I had this marked out from the open, and I was like, I want price to go there and reject in there, and I'm gonna get in when it rejects twice. So here I've done that and I have my stop just above 50, so just above my little blue zone there. And then I've got my take profit set down at 270. Sorry, is it 350? Yeah. Okay, sorry. 350 and 270. Um but right there I panicked and I jumped out of the trade. And I thought I'm going to wait until it breaks and maybe gets to the overnight high and then I will get into another short because I scaled down to 1 micro for this. So I've lost about I think $26 on this. So I guess like it felt okay getting out for that small loss. But as you will see here, I should have just left it alone. This is so frustrating. Like, how many times do I need this same lesson of like, just leave your damn trades alone? Because it didn't take out my stop. If I wasn't watching it, there would have been no stress. And it hit my target down there of 270. So it would have been I don't know how much it is. 50 points, I would have made 50 points instead of losing 13 or 14. When I saw this, I thought I want to look to get into a short. Here it's at the opening range high, which was also the initial balance for the day. So I got into a short there. I had only a 6 or 7 point stop and my target was down at 240. So my target was pretty aggressive. Um, but yeah, I this was what I like about this was obviously the small stop. I did you can see I've got it ready to cut it at any minute. And I did get out here for about 21 points, which I'm kind of like, that sucks because it went another 20 points past that. So I moved the stop and then I got out for 21. Um, so I made a little bit of money today. I just wish that I would have just held the original trade. I waited all morning for that to set up and then I got scared and jumped out.